Liverpool fans, and welcome back to For the Reds. So, bit of an update on Alexander Isak. The player was spotted training alone today. I think it was a fan, got sort of like a little image through the fence, through the bushes at Newcastle. That ended up doing the rounds on Twitter, which has resulted in Newcastle journalists doing a little bit of an exclusive story saying that basically the player was carrying an injury. The player had felt a bit of an injury in his thigh. He'd gone for a scan, the scan was all clear, and then apparently that is precaution for them to do a session on their own. I remember Coutinho having a issue in his back that he felt and went for a scan, and the scan was all clear. Just saying. And then it has also been reported that Alexander Isak, whatever that's doing, love, Alexander Isak also has asked £300,000 per week to be his new wage if he is to re-sign with Newcastle United. Now the player's obviously got 3 years on his deal, which means that there's no rush to do that. You know, they don't feel the need to get this over the line tomorrow. However, if Alexander Isak is to stay and be happy at Newcastle, it is the general consensus that he would require a new contract that, you know, represents a player worth £150 million. He has then asked for that wage. Newcastle have already reported earlier on in the transfer window and at the back end of last season that if it was to be a new deal, then you're looking at £200,000 per week maximum, as they don't want to break their wage structure, and they simply, as Eddie Howe mentioned the other day, they simply can't afford to pay those kind of wages under their PSR regulations and their model of how they do things. So, again, make of that what you will. Is this Newcastle trying to paint a picture around the player of maybe being a little bit greedy or trying to go above his station at Newcastle? Or is this just a simple matter of the fact of, well, we have one of the best strikers in world football and he wants to be treated and paid like one of the best strikers in world football? Can they do it? Let's see. My guess would be that Alexander Isak and his agent are making it clear that we are this £150 million asset that you claim us to be. Then you either need to accept that for us and let us go and play on the stage of a £150 million striker, or alternatively, pay us what a £150 million striker should be paid. Do we buy the injury news? I think he's got a little bit of Coutinho-itis, if I'm being honest.